today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina.
The Panthers defense set to defend this first possession here in front of the home crowd. Jones looking to throw right away. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Throwing, Jones. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Beverley. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've got the 3-0 advantage here as this next drive starts, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down, even though he's still in the pocket. He had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jones. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jonathan Grenard. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Oh, he put it on on the carpet, a fumble. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They trail here in the second quarter as this next drive begins with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Chambers. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Now Jones on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Jonathan Grenard. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. Jones throwing to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and 3rd and 1 now. Back to throw. Jones. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Jones now on 1st and 10. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Looking to throw. Jones. Man open. Here is Crowder. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in the field goal range now at the 27-yard line. Here's Jones. Throwing on first down. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. And we are keeping a close eye on it. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They're in the ball game, but could use a stop here, trailing in this third quarter as this next drive starts 1st and 10. Now Jones. Throwing to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Up the middle they go. It's Chambers. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Chambers. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Jones. From the gun on 3rd down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. That grab another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 903, Wes Welker.
Rarefied air. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive. They'll run on first down. It's Chambers, and he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Chambers. And a short gain here down to the 22. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. That one good for 7 as
The 15. It's first from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. Kelsey for the completion. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. Up the middle they go. Chambers, 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They're in desperate need of a stop here, or certainly a turnover would be nice. They trail fourth quarter as this drive begins 1st and 10. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. So he'll be stopped. Here for no gain, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Off the play fake. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They had the interception last time they were out there, the second of the year for their key. To throw is Jones. Finding Kelsey. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, holding the upper hand.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Chambers. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Jones. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. Pass caught by Crowder. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Panthers, the preparation pays off as they pick up their first win on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Panthers defense ready to get things started, coming off their first win of the season a week ago. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And right away, he lost the football. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They lead 7-0, trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a first down. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Inside handoff, Henry. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Davis now. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Throwing again on second down. Davis out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. They'll try the right side with Henry. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it.
Touchdown, Eagles! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL, but I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They'll look for the stop here in the first quarter of a tie ball game. Throwing to start the drive. Davis. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. These 2 teams all tied after 1. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Looking to throw. Davis. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They keep it with Henry on first down. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to throw. Davis. Touchdown. Dallas Goddard from 10 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. And after their guys were forced to punt a moment ago, they'll try to force one of their own here as this drive begins with a first down. Now Davis throwing to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On second down, here's Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Davis now from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, nice move. Now Davis fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. Here's Davis on 1st down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Davis. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear. Davis on 1st and 10.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before break. Davis. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They'll be seeking a stop here for sure in the third quarter of a tie football game. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now Davis To throw on third down. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Davis now, throwing on first down. He completes it to Henry. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Davis on first down. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on second down. Davis. Ooh, with a juke. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Back to throw. Davis. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. They'll go option to the short side. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. It's their quarterback with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point. But his
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They're locked in a tight one. Tie game. Davis on 1st and 10. This will go to Henry out wide. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle foot. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. A first down carry for Henry, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. To throw on 2nd and 6. Davis, it's caught. Smith. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. On first down, Davis. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's good for 28 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Henry up the middle. 80 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run it again with Henry. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. And if they can put the clamps down on this drive.
Here we go. Check 70, check back 27. Check back 27.
They begin with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll go option to the short side. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Looking to throw. Davis. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Davis. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly.
today.
The Panthers defense rested and ready coming off the open week in their schedule. And the one to watch in the secondary will be this man, a longtime veteran of the league at corner.
And he's been part of a strong unit to this point in this season, ranked in the top 5 in the NFL. But I think to a man they've said, we haven't played our best game yet. So this is a unit that's really striving to get better each and every week.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Again, it's Kamara. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff here because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum is clearly shifted in their favor?
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They're in a somewhat unenviable position here to start the drive with the ball already up near midfield. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. They'll get this out to Kamara. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He finds Corey Davis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Kamara up the middle. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Again, this is Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great... The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They're going to need to limit the first downs here with this drive. On first down, Garoppolo. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Throwing out first is Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 2nd down, Kamara. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On play action, now Garoppolo. He completes it to Olave. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Some good plays in the passing game right now for New Orleans. They have another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've got to defend a very short field here.
Here we go. Like 20. 11.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Here we go. 20.
From the 16, Garoppolo. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Open man is Uzama. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. Garoppolo now, first down throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Here we go. 21.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. So it's halftime here in New Orleans. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. And they have not been at their best so far. They're down big here, third quarter, as they try to rebound and get some stops. Garoppolo on first down. Looking for Alvin Kamara on the slant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Coming left is Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. There's Garoppolo to throw. Back to Kamara for another catch. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Garoppolo's throw caught by Olave. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. 8 yards to go on second down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On third down, here's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And some room to work. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Hey, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really...
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again to the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
They run it again with Kamara. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 158 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 5th touchdown now on the year. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. Now Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the ground, Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get
that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for New Orleans, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's loss number 3 for them on the year.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.
And what makes a difference for him is the time and energy he devotes to being the best that he can be.
Today